What's up YouTube, Awesome Yu-Gi-Oh here, and today I'm here with a local report. Hadn't been to locals in a couple of months, went last week, played a hat, went undefeated 5-0, and got some packs for Primal Origin and for Legacy of the Valiant. So I'll open these packs up real quick and then I'll do a deck profile on the deck I was playing with maybe some kind of tournament report. Let's get to the packs first. Let's open. Primal Origin contains... No, this contains the good cards, right? Let's see. Yeah, here, and this could be an Exciton and Silent Arc, so I'll open Primal Origin first. That is actually the newer set as well, so... Let's see, I'm not going to name all these cards off, because I did a couple of boxes on this. Dawn-Eyed, nothing yet. I think I see something there. Gladiator Beast Augustus and a Chaos number 102 Archfiend Seraph. Super rare, pretty cool. Bolt Penguin. Xyz Universe, good card. Jackpot 7. The last pack of Primal Origin. Evo Singularity, Sylvan Snapdragon, and a secret rare Gladiator Beast Nerokias. So this is the third I pull from this card. A third copy I pulled. I pulled two out of the boxes I got as well. So it's secret rare. It's pretty cool, pretty neat. Would have preferred to get a secret rare from Legacy of the Valiant, but you never know, we might still get one. Legacy of the Valiant. Let's try and get a Silent Arc or Exciton. Bujingi Peacock. What else can we get? Rank down Magic Numeron Fall. 2 packs left. Can we get one more foil? Hidden Temple of Necro Valley and a Mount Sylvania super rare. It's actually pretty neat. I like the Sylvan deck a lot. So 3 foils out of 7 packs so far. Can we get 4 out of 8? Would be really good. But 3 out of 8 is more than decent as well. Let's see, Ghost Rig Dillahan, and just we stay at the 3 foils. 2 supers and a secret. Not bad. Nothing great, but not bad at all. So that were the 8 packs. Let's get to the deck now. I kind of went from McDuffie's build this time. Really liked how he played it at the American net. So we have the 3 Morraltach, and that is it for the artifact monsters. Really like the consistency of this. Of course, you can open a Morraltach before you get to see your Sanctum, and then somewhere late game, Sanctum could be dead. But most of the time, you're going to search out your Sanctums with Pot of Dichotomy and so forth to try and get these, keeping this in your deck. Morraltach without a Sanctum is manageable as well. You can MST your Morraltach, special summon Morraltach, get its effect off as well. Your opponent might even destroy this when it's set. That would work as well. And of course with the Pot of Dichotomy I play and with Diagusto Emeral, if you were to have used one of these and in your grave, you can actually shuffle them back in your deck to keep your Sanctums alive. So 3 Morraltachs, it's fine. And besides that, you're not going to see all 3 of your Sanctums anyway, all of the time at least. Then the best card in the deck, triple Myrmeleo. Really good when going first. Of course, you have the 5 draw rule now, and this gives you an instant +1. Really, really good. Along with the double Dionaea. I actually didn't saw Myrmeleo as much as you would hope. I did saw her sometimes, by the way, so it's fine. But I did saw Dionaea a lot. So I think I actually did normal summon Dionaea, bring back Dionaea. More often than I did Dionaea bring back Myrmeleo. But that's pretty good as well, because Dionaea can then give you a Bonus Strapple, Strapple Niter if you would have already used one. Set it to your back row and you can keep it there until your next end phase. Actually pretty good as well. And then to round off the monsters we have the triple Fire hand and triple Ice hand. This gives you some stalling going. I mean, if people are actually kind of decent at this game, they won't blindly just run into your hands and keep minusing themselves. I don't think anyone is doing that. But because of that, you can just set this. They might run into one if they don't know you're playing hat yet, and then the other one is just going to stay there until your opponent has an out for it. In terms of Dweller, Blackship of Corn or whatever, Silent Runner. But of course with all your back row, you can have some outs against that as well. So most of the time, the best thing these things do is give you some draws, keep you in the game. And then we have the triple Upstart. That was it for the monsters, by the way. Triple Upstart and triple Pot of Duality. Love the consistency this gives. You just have to play your Pot of Duality correctly. If you're going to have like a hand and you want to crash your hand, don't play Pot of Duality. And if you play Pot of Duality, don't try and crash your hands. Then the triple Mystical Space Typhoon over the Artifact Ignition. With just the 3 Morraltach, Ignition can be dead a lot. If you're going to play both Sanctum and Ignition at 3. I like Amnesty better. Then I attack the 1 Soul Charge. This is... The fact that Soul Charge is actually busted in even hat, not just in the Dragon Rule or Dax or Sylvan. It kind of tells you how good this card actually is, because you can just Soul Charge for like 2, make an XC play, Soul Charge for 1 just a Myrmeleo, normal summon 1, Soul Charge a hand back just to get your loop going if your opponent were to stop your hand loop. It's just really good, and I used it a couple of times, and pretty much every game I resolved a Soul Charge, I won. So now I have to say I went 5-0 like I said, and I lost 1 game, so I pretty much won all the games anyway, but I definitely won the games in which I resolved the Soul Charge. Then I played 1 Book of Moon. Awesome card, can get wiretapped, really great defensive card, I absolutely love Book of Moon. And 1 Pot of Dichotomy. Hate this card, sided it out every game too. Never resolved it, but it's in there if you need it. I actually made Diagusto Emeral a couple of times, because the idea of shuffling back some cards, getting your Sanctums alive, getting your Hap loops, continuing that hand loop, shuffling back some Dionaeas. In theory it's all really good, but having to play this at the start of your main phase 1 and not being able to conduct a battle phase, I just feel like this card isn't as good as Emeral, when they practically do the same thing. But I did make Emeral a lot, so the idea of this card, shuffling back 3 monsters and then drawing, that is really good, don't get me wrong on that. But since I pretty much won all my game 1s, sorry, I'm just going to keep talking about, I pretty much won all my game 1s. In game 2 I went second. I don't really like this card when you're going second, so I sided this out going second a lot. Or I think, yeah, literally, I think literally always. So yeah. Then for the traps, triple Sanctum. This card's stupid. Yeah. I think this is a pretty unfair card. Then you have your double Fiendish Chain, 2 chains, really helpful. The 1 Call of the Haunted, don't need any more than 1, because opening with this card is kind of bad, and the 1 gets you where you want to be. get back a Traptrix Myrmeleo, pop something, get back your Morraltach in your opponent's turn, pop something. It's really good, but I don't feel like you need to play more than one, or I don't feel like you should play more than one. Then the one Black Horn of Heaven, and never resolved this, but it is pretty good in a lot of matchups. I never drew it. The one Traptrix Myrmeleo, Traptrix Rebel Nightmare, you can search this with Traptrix Myrmeleo. Really good against the mirror match. I played one of, or at least kinda was a fat deck instead of hat. I don't like playing two, because if your opponent knows you have this, it's so easy to play around this card. So just the one to get your shows in. If you draw, which I did a lot, draw your trap holes before you get your Myrmeleo. It's not that bad. You don't have to get your +1 off of Myrmeleo. It's just Myrmeleo on her own, the 1600, putting in some of that little damage, and just get her to the grave to bring her back with Dionaea. It's fine on its own. You don't really need the trap holes to get there, but just the one is really good, especially when you didn't search it. And then the one bottomless trap hole. Yeah, it's bottomless trap hole, searchable. It's reusable with Dionaea. This card's amazing. The Compuls, Torrential, and Warning. I saw Warning a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I saw Warning a lot. I rarely used it though. Here's why. First thing, it got blind MST'd a lot, like 50-60% of the time that I used it, or that I had it, let's say. So, and the other times I had it, I didn't have to use it, because I had different options and I wanted to preserve the Warning. I could go like Compuls, you could go like Bottomless, Traptrix, Triple Nightmare, Sanctum for Morraltach, pop something. So I had a lot of different options instead of the Solemn Warning a lot of times, so I think I actually I used it like once. Yeah, I used it once, and I saw it in 11 games. I think maybe 6-7 times. I saw it a lot, more than you should, mathematically. But and then it got like MST'd like 4 or 5 times out of the 6 or 7, but or 3, 4, or 5 times, about that. It got a blind MST'd a lot. But yeah, Solemn Warning is busted. But just as Torrential, by the way, it's not that needed in this deck, because you have your other possibilities to get rid of your opponent. So both these cards, as good as they are, actually aren't really needed. And then just to round up the traps, 2 Wiretap. Really good, get your plays through, gets rid of the Sanctums of your opponent, breakthrough skills your opponent might have, and good card. I like it at 2. I don't think 3, because that's gonna clock, and 1, you're not going to see it at the times you want to see it, so I think 2 is the perfect number for Wiretap. So that's the main deck. Extra deck, you have your Thunder Charger. Pleiades made this like 2-3 times, mostly of Soul Charge. Really good. Tiras, really good in the mirror match. Durendal, never made this, but it is a really good card. I advise everyone who's playing Artifact or any Artifact variant to just keep this in your extra deck for the times you are going to need this, because then it's just going to win you games. Foxors actually made him once and made game with him. Didn't even need the Gaia Charger. That's for the rank 5. Rank 4 is Exciton, never made him because you're always had an advantage, but just in case it's in there. Lavalval Chain, made him. That's pretty much. I only made 3 rank 4s. Made him like 3-4 times, a lot. And the only rank 5s I made were Foxors and Pleiades, so didn't went into my extra deck that much, but this was definitely the best card in the extra deck. And then this was the second best card. Like I said, I sided out Pot of Dichotomy a lot, but still made Emerald often, really often. Used his resolved his effect really good. I played 2 Silent on Arc, didn't make any. So yeah, you could probably cut it to 1, but I feel like in an hat mirror, this is probably the best card to go into. The 1 Dweller didn't make him. Made him once. This is really good, especially in the mirror. If your opponent search out with a duality, like a MST or a ignition, your opponent, and you can make this, your opponent can go like ignition, want to target one of their own cards, let's say BHoH to get a Morraltach. You can make the ignition target your Morraltach, and then you can special summon out your Morraltach, popping one of their cards. It's actually not a really good example because your opponent isn't going to ignition in their turn, and if they're going to ignition in your turn, you're not actually going to get your Morraltach off. But let's say you can target one of your Sanctums, pop one of their cards, or if you're playing against any other deck and he blinds MST something, or you play Fiendish Chain, he wants to chain the MST, and you have your dingus, what you call it, Cairngorgon, whatever, and target your Morraltach or your Sanctum and get those effects up. So this is actually a really good card in the extra deck for Artifact. I don't really like it in a lot of other decks, but it's really good again in Artifact. Ragna Zero made him once against the Fat player. Firefist, Artifact, Trap Tricks, and it won me the game. And Rhapsody, I don't think I made him. Might have made him against the Evil Swarm, now that I'm thinking about it. He had a Kirkion and it was live, so I just banished his grave. Yeah, pretty sure I made it this one against the Evil Swarm guy. Well, this is my only game lost. Lost the very first game of the day against the Evil Swarm player. Pretty good player actually. He played around the hands pretty good. And then some tokens, which you don't really need. Then for the sideboard, one Majesty's Fiend, really like this to side in against like Sylvans or Myrmels. There are Madolche's variety of decks in which Majesty's Fiend just completely shuts them down. The double Maxi, Dark Hole, Mind Control against pretty much everything that has level 4s. One Soulless Change to go along with your Majesty's Fiend. I slide these in together a lot. Really good. And of course, Soulless Change isn't only usable with your Majesty's Fiends, because all your artifacts, your Morraltach are level 5 as well. So if you have a dead artifact in hand, you can just Soulless Change a monster your opponent controls and summon your Morraltach, which is kind of unfair as well. Then the one Needle Sealing, really good against mostly Sylvans and Lightsworns. The one Malevolent Catastrophe against the Mirror Match. Deep Dark Trap Hole for Dragon Rulers. 2 the Bunks for the Mirror Water. Dragons, just good against a lot of decks. 2 Breakthrough Skill for mostly the Mirror and Spellbooks. And then 1 Transmigration Prophecy. This card's absolutely insane. And this is for the Lightsworn matchup. Really good against those. If you have like your Transmigration Prophecy and you can make a Rhapsody, it's pretty much GG. So that's it for the deck. In the comment section down below, let me know what you think of this deck. I really like this deck because it's really good going first. And if your opponent's playing combat deck, he might want to go second. With the 5 cards, really isn't a problem with this because you're 1 for 1ing a lot, and during your 1 for 1s you're going to actually make some +1s as well. And if you're going first with the 5 cards, you have a lot of cards which can give you a +1, like Myrmeleo. Just gets you to 6 card instantly, and it's just really good. So I really like this deck for the small format we're having right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. In the comment section down below, let me know what you think of this deck. And yeah, that's it. Bye.